How's it going, everybody? How's it going, everybody? Everybody, how's it going? How's it going? Could y'all like the video, please, to get more people up in? Yeah, but this topic is just too fun because you got every loser class black motherfucker who come up and pretend that they have this level of fucking undemonstrated fucking power. That ain't nobody saying to us for riches. The game niggas are really the real damn fools. What's going on, Art? So, how the fuck do you get coaxed into providing free PR from a product that you ain't even fucking dealing with? How you get to do that as a game? How you bragging on a product that you're not even fucking with? How many of these dumb niggas have you seen get chose up on in the fucking manosphere? How many fucking women just start throwing their body at these ridiculous motherfuckers that you see within this goddamn space? Where is the motherfucking track record, man? Where's the track record? You would think for all the capers, for the gynocracy that these motherfuckers have put in, you would think these motherfuckers would at least be able to produce a pubic hair from a bitch. These motherfuckers have produced nothing. Produced nothing. I think it's one of the great shames of the 20th of the 21st century is to walk around this son of a bitch pretending that you got fucking game. Nigga, we got a GoPro Hero 8. We got a GoPro Hero Max. We got an Insta360R. Where the fuck is your goddamn proof that you running shit out here? Same niggas with game are the main motherfuckers complaining about child support. Make that make sense to me. Make that make sense to me. Same niggas with all this fucking game lives are fucked up over the same exact women that they claim they running. Like, here's the thing. This is why you go after a legitimate means of power in society. This is why you go after a legitimate means of productivity. So that way you ain't got to go around pretending like you got control over a woman who could walk away from your ass for any fucking reason on the planet. And you got the same dumb ass motherfuckers in this fucking space claiming like they running shit. The gynocracy didn't need a PR firm. It didn't. But these motherfuckers seen it open. Why don't we pretend like we got game, but they actually pandering towards the fucking women in the space? They're trying to make it look like they more hardcore of a nigga than everybody else because they out here doing this free fucking non-profit work, pretending you got game, hanging your whole masculinity on the simple fact, not on the shit that you produce, but on the shit she chooses. Let me tell you dumb niggas something. If you know this bitch can't make a good decision to save her fucking life, and you are the dumb nigga who she chooses, what the fuck do you think that makes you? What the fuck do you think that makes you? It makes you look dumb as fuck. And look, the women are so fucking embarrassed that they can't even claim your dumb ass in public when you acting like that, nigga. And here's the thing. Your ass ain't getting the ass anyway. You just pretending like you do. Because I haven't seen no women choosing on none of these motherfuckers in this space. Not one. But these motherfuckers are carrying on with this uncompensated position called pretending that you got game. So what they do is they try to make it look like they hate tricks. Let me tell you why these dumbass niggas really hate tricks. Because a trick pays for what he fucking gets and he's out of there. These niggas are still pretending like they get the pussy and the trick is all about his business. That's why these dumbass niggas hate tricks. And if they hate tricks, then they should be hating pimps, right? But these niggas are not tricks. They're not pimps. They're nowhere near the pussy. The pussy is on Pluto. These niggas are on Mercury. These niggas are nowhere near that shit that they talking about. This is why it takes so many compromised ass niggas in this fucking space to start pandering towards fucking women by pretending that you got gay. That's the stupid shit that I'm talking about, man. And you got every loser class, unproductive nigga flashing money in the goddamn space. Like this is a goddamn strip club. What the fuck is wrong with these dumbass niggas? Just admit it, nigga. You lost at life. That's what you did. You fucking lost. Not only did you lose at life, but you won't get your punk ass off the fucking field. You come back to the field to try to make sure that everybody else tries to nigga learn your goddamn mistakes. Oh, what's going on, Cherry? Yeah, I heard you got married on me. Ah, congratulations on getting married. So, this is what I'm saying. How the fuck do you niggas got all this fucking game, but y'all got so fucking little to fucking show for it? These motherfuckers trying to make us look like we talking about bitches when they all about the bitches they can't show nothing. How do we let this group of niggas around us trying to make it look like they run shit around here? Like, how the fuck do we allow that goofy ass shit to happen? We had a dumb nigga in a Batman costume telling me that I need to get out more. Nigga, if I had to go outside looking like that, nigga, I would barricade myself in. I'm telling you, man, it's time for the new NRA, the Nigga Removal Act. I am tired of these fucking niggas, man. Everywhere you look around, it's another clone of one of these dumbass fucking unproductive niggas pandering to fucking useless, broke down, ran through fucking whore. Well, you know goddamn fucking well that they don't want your ass either. These motherfuckers pretend like the women with 2 bags of dicks because they pandering to them, that somehow they're gonna drop both of them bag of dicks and just focus on them. Coming around saying that they know what a bitch thinks. All this kind of dumbass shit. Why the fuck would I want to talk to another man on how to get access to a fucking random? Now, what kind of sense does that shit make? Why the fuck would I want to be defined or have access to the same type of woman that got this dumbass motherfucker out here acting a goddamn fool, looking like a goddamn clown? Why the fuck would I want access to a woman like that? Where the fuck are all these feminine women that these motherfuckers got access to? Where the fuck are they? And it's almost like most of these dumbass niggas in this goddamn space have to somehow, since they chase after the same women that they continue to have the same problems with, they have to attack a mythical fucking incel before they come out with their actual ideas on the shit that they got themselves into. How are these non-profit organization workers non-compensated for all the time that they pretended? Where the fuck is the goddamn results? How are these dumbass niggas up all night on the third shift talking about women fucking produce? Nay, bitch. What? Why? Where are all these women in the manosphere that choose on them? They talk about getting chose so much. Where the fuck are all these women at? Hey man, this right here needs to be the last crop of these game niggas. We don't need no younger motherfuckers out here practicing this old bullshit. Not niggas who you want to be. You want to get yourself some motherfuckers to prove that you're a masculine man. These niggas are male ran through the court system, ran through everywhere else. Mine ate up like a motherfucker. And you know who they practice game on? The very first target that they see. This is why they can't motherfucking proof. All you do is just claim you got game. It's one of the biggest bullshit mysteries in the history of the planet. Yeah, game, a cautionary tale. Once you start bragging on the shit, it's a hamster wheel. Now you gotta keep bragging on it forever. But this is what they do. They come around productive men waving expired women in front of us. Nigga, we don't want that shit. They don't want that shit. They don't even have access to the shit that they trying to sell me access to. That shit don't even make no sense. You got a place called the Manosphere where men trying to get their act together, and you got all these compromised niggas who would fucking flood through the goddamn gate, trying to fucking sabotage as many men as fucking possible. So that way men can end right back up in they same sorry ass fucking circumstance. This shit makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense to me. You would quite honestly think that with as much bragging that you see that these dudes are doing and how much money that they're actually flashing, maybe you need to use that money to go get yourself a piece of pussy since you claiming that you ain't got to pay shit to fucking get it. I think you're all wrong. I think you mortgaged an entire major part of your masculinity claiming that you got game. Claiming that you are the chosen one to help her destroy the community, this is some shit I would be bragging about, sir. I would want that to be the best well-kept secret on the motherfucking planet. Let's just call them masculine comfort boys. Comfort boys of the Gynocracy. It's a play on the comfort women. You know, like in Vietnam, you know how the prostitutes used to service the servicemen in that environment? They were called comfort women. The comfort boys of the Gynocracy are the dudes who are proudly chose to get bumped and dunked so that way they can get taken to the cleaners, so that way they can come brag to us on how much of a masculine man they are when they could have dodged the whole goddamn setup in the first fucking place. But they want to be defined by access to the pussy so fucking bad that they rather fuck up their entire life to make it seem like they are the ones to be chosen. They're not even real PUAs. I haven't seen no fucking footage. I haven't seen these motherfuckers on no goddamn field work. And here's another thing these dumbass niggas don't understand. Around pussy don't equal in pussy. By pussy don't equal in pussy. Near pussy don't equal in pussy. Because motherfuckers who got ass in the environment, they're not out here acting like no goddamn game nigga. They're not. I've always thought that there was something wrong with a sexually compromised man. That is even more wrong with a fake sexually compromised man. Putting on this motherfucking Hollywood Golden Globe level award winning acting like you get all the ass in the environment. Nigga, what kind of shit is that? As much power as these people have to walk away from any deal in America, these motherfuckers want to make it look like they are the best fucking option to be chose over anybody else. Congratulations. You look dumb and you played yourself. You wasted your whole fucking life pretending to be on somebody else's team where they don't even claim your dumb ass. Show me this cash crop of women who's claiming these game niggas. Where are these women at? These are the town criers of Holmesville. These motherfuckers ain't putting no motherfuckers away like that. They're out here pretending to put it away like that. They're trying to socially engineer you into going after the same shit that they've been defined by. That's crazy. This shit don't make no motherfucking sense. I told you, the internet is where broke and dumb niggas come for their second fucking childhood, acting like they some shit that they never have done in their first fucking life. This is why you can't have no fucking peace in the space. Too many niggas trying to pretend to be other motherfuckers around here. Here's the thing. Lizzo don't want these niggas either. They have proved no point that they've been chosen by anybody within the environment. But the Democratic Comfort Boys and all these other different type of niggas are here within this space trying to prove that they more man than the next man. The same time that you spent on the third shift, you could have turned your fucking life around and got yourself some power so that way you could stop bowing down to pussy. But you didn't want to fucking do that, did you? You want to be defined by the pussy. And that's fine, but look at the condition of what you're trying to be defined by. That's a goddamn shame. That's ridiculous. And the reason why I'm going after you niggas so hard is because your position is so fucking bad. Y'all are merely taking advantage of the same generation of weak ass men that you motherfuckers helped create. And you fucking think that we just gonna sit back and let you fucking do this shit to another fucking generation without fucking saying a goddamn word about it? Are you fucking out of your mind? All these game niggas are the same type of nigga. Can't answer a straight question. Always following trends. Never fucking having any ownership of shit. And quick to stab a nigga in the goddamn back over anything. If you got so much game, how come the women ain't claiming you in the wide open? How come they're not claiming you, bruh? Yeah. They're around talking in your fucking chat room, but are they fucking claiming you, though? So you mean to tell me that you putting in all this free work for the fucking Godocracy on some PR shit and you ain't getting compensated with anything? Here's the secret, gang, guys. The reason why the women are around you is because they know they can get all kind of shit out of you without giving shit up in return. And anybody else who has sense can look at this situation and just walk off from it. At least the trick, please win a piece of ass. You motherfuckers don't leave with shit. And these dumb game niggas act like they are embarrassed on behalf of the woman that a man sets his price for his time and his dollar. While these dumb niggas are trying to make it look like they get some shit for free that they're not even engaged in. That's the problem here, man. And that's why they want to project their own self-hatred onto other men. Actual fucking men. who got actually a better shot and a better chance at better women that they're ever gonna have access to. Because these dudes are so fucked up that they can't even be around feminine women. They can't even do this shit because they got so used to eating the shit that they see within this fucking environment, they can't even imagine not dealing with that shit over a piece of ass. But when you have mortgaged your masculinity to be pressing around a fucking environment that you don't run, claiming that you running shit, you don't realize how much of a goddamn fool you make yourself look. And then, whenever you point out how dumb they do look, they try to assume you're not getting any sex within the environment. Like, how can that fucking be? The only thing you gotta do for most of these women within this environment is lie to them and present them an image to give them the social cover to do the shit that they want to do. It's really not that fucking hard. Because, see, getting access to the pussy is some shit is not only and highest, an absolute highest act of achievement that these dumb motherfuckers have ever done with their fucking life. So they want to make it look like they're part of an exclusive fucking group. When everybody else is fucking the same woman in the same fucking environment. This is what happens when you don't quality control a space. If you don't quality control a space, you will be overran by the same type of people who should have been excluded from the first beginning. Now we got everybody practicing this Fox Paws level of masculinity, claiming that they running shit around here. But they know they ain't running shit. The only thing they've been ran through is the goddamn court system. Via ran through herself. So it's really not our fault that you are addicted to bad circumstances. It's not our fault that your ass is endlessly having to pander to the same person who handed your motherfucking ass the greatest loss in your fucking life. And that is that exact same woman that you claim that you got mastery of. Half of you niggas can't even pick up and go to another city to more fucking money because that woman got your ass under lock and motherfucking key. But you got the nerve to come around this bitch acting like you running shit. These old half household niggas claiming that they running shit. They got all this game and shit. Second childhood niggas out here coming to the internet talking all this big shit like they running shit. Crazy. And here's the thing. The actual product that they're putting on the pedestal ain't even claiming they dumb ass. When was the last time you seen one of these game niggas get choked? When was the last time? You're right, Roastmaster. Let's hold the porch down. Can't even get off the porch. But that's where we at, man. Everybody want to be a street nigga. Everybody want to be a and these are not youngsters doing this shit. These are older motherfuckers doing this shit. All you have to do was admit that you made a mistake. That's when it stops becoming a mistake. They can't leave this shit alone to save their motherfucking life. Now everybody wants to be an entertainer. Kevin Samuels is in a pretty good position. There ain't gonna be another one. No matter how you change your shit up, you're never gonna be that guy. The only thing you can do is burn your fucking credibility, trying to be some shit that you're clearly not. These dumb niggas are acting like they are the chosen one for the matriarch. Right in front of our motherfucking face. When the hoes ain't even claiming these things. Actually, the women are embarrassed that you motherfuckers are trying to take credit for shit that you didn't do. Actually, Robert Paulson, it's W. Scody. Want to be sexually chosen of the environment. The reason why they don't have these problems in other places is because men actually function like men. And women, by force, are forced to function like women. This is the result of what happens when you allow unproductive men to get access to sex. They end up fucking up the entire ecosystem. These bitch ass niggas are an invasive species. Ever since the waves of fucking feminism, they kept pumping and dumping these dumbass dudes to the point down to where we're fucking surrounded by them. And they have the fucking nerve to think they can couch every bit of criticism as a lack of access to sex. That's the dumb shit about it. They always want to bring up, oh shit, well, you must not be good at the women in the environment. Fuck this environment. I'm gonna go somewhere else where the shit works for me. That's what this shit's about. These dudes are putting in a lot of work though, on themselves, by the way. How can you build a platform defending women's irresponsibility in the environment and not feel the least bit of embarrassment about it? How in the fuck is that even possible? You got niggas living the SYSBM lifestyle, trying to make it look like they pro-black, and they want you to wipe up one of these crazy motherfuckers. This problem with these leftover can be solved tomorrow. Mass marriages, and I got them bunk beds. Boom. Problem solved. Everybody else go do their thing somewhere else. You goddamn right, Ghost didn't have no self-respect. They're nothing but attention whore prostitutes coming out here peacocking in front of everybody for no fucking reason. No receipts. They ain't been chosen by nobody around here. Don't you know what they came to do? They came to this motherfucker all together and say, you know what? You motherfuckers ain't gonna change. We're gonna feed your ass. We're gonna force feed your ass as well this whiskey out. You gonna like this shit. That's what it is, man. This is why you gotta be glad these people are here. So that way the track record can be on full display. There ain't no way in the hell you want this shit hidden from you. You need to see this shit unfold, and you need to see this shit happen day after day after day. That's the problem. They're coming into a space where they're not welcome, celebrating a product that nobody wants access to. And the product is not interested in the men here anyway. Most of these women are in this space catching back shots, giggling, listening to us complain, so they think, complain about women. The women don't give a fuck about what we got to say. These are nothing but WWE niggas. Heels cutting promos. That's all they are. Thanks for cash out there, right there. But this is where we at right now. We have a pandemic on hand. Everybody had all this time to sit at home to think about how the world don't need their dumb ass out here. So now everybody want to be a game nigga all of a sudden. Anything to not fucking work. Anything not to fucking invest in yourself and start acting like a goddamn man. Any fucking thing these dumb niggas would do. They really think that Rand 3 should need a motherfucking PR firm. Rand 3 should don't need no motherfucking PR firm. She never needed a PR firm to get away with the shit that she's doing within the environment. Rand 3 should don't need, and they're not claiming you dumb niggas, but y'all claiming them. But that's the problem around here. they come around this bitch trying to increase their RPMs. They're trying to increase their ratchets per minute. Coming around here with all this free PR work and shit. You're not gonna be able to increase your ratchets per minute in a space like this. I mean, I would call these people a fool, but that would be an insult to fools everywhere. Legitimate. I don't know what's up with these motherfuckers. But folks, this is where the fuck we are right now. All you gotta do is go out there and get your shit together and you get what you want. And spend your shit where it's fucking appreciated. How hard is that? But these dumb niggas actually think that they taking a shortcut by claiming that they got game though. Like that's the shit that I don't get. It's like, dude, it's an untested, unverified fucking product that anybody can just claim that they fucking have. No proof needed. All intentions. No results required. And the reason why this shit needs to be destroyed because it's such a weak ass fucking position to think you running shit in an environment where we know you ain't running shit. Nigga, you not even independently productive. And you claim you running shit, especially you're running this? How? I'm not even running these motherfuckers and I see the level of power they got within the environment. Again, this is not about hate women. This is about observing through the black pill lens, deciding not to fuck with this shit, and sitting back and trying to educate people who are trying to go inside this fucking building. That's it. It's really not that hard. I know that they're so badly outward. They think I want to say their name, but it doesn't matter. It's the same type of dumb ass nigga shit. It don't matter. It don't matter whether it's one man or 1,000. I think it's far more important to punish an entire mind state before I punish a singular fucking person. It's the mind state that needs to be punished, not individual. What gets me is that they think they're a solo and exclusive to the claims on the same people within this environment that everybody else that had too. Another thing I don't get, how are you so happy to be chosen, but your ass ain't responsible for the fucking outcome? What in the fuck is that about? That's what I was getting at. So from now on, whenever you hear the game genies fucking come together and start discussing days of never having passed, you can just look at this shit and be like, hey man, where's the proof at, dude? Where's the proof that you run shit within this environment? Where's the proof? We got dating coaches. We ain't got no motherfuckers on tape saying that they going into the environment on this date at this time trying to pull anything. But somehow, celebrities are getting curved, but these dumb niggas are getting on. Could you please tell me what the fuck is going on here? This shit doesn't make any sense. And the moment you get definitive about what the fuck they're doing, they expand the definition of what the fuck they're doing. Men are not supposed to be elusive in the environment. A man's supposed to be fucking straight the fuck forward with what they want and what their fucking intentions are within the environment. Red 3 shit don't need no PR firm, dude. These dudes are literally trying to turn you into marks for these goddamn hoes out here. They're literally coming out here trying to teach you how to get picked up by hoes. That's what these dudes are doing. And every time people talk about this so-called purpose, they always want to associate ran through or a motherfucking rotation with you actually getting your shit together. Nigga, stability is the fucking rotation. Getting your shit together and keeping it together is the rotation. There is no, and I repeat, no collection of motherfuckers you're gonna continue to fuck with that's not gonna get your ass any less close to the fucking Me Too charges. It end up fucking your whole life up. They don't want to stop them. They want to pack this place with as many compromised men as fucking possible into this system that didn't work for them. Should that null and void your game status if you are paying child support? Should that null and void your game status if your ass ain't got an intact family household? Don't you think that should nullify your game status just a little bit? Especially if your ass is online all times of the night when you're supposed to be out here supposedly knocking these hoes. No, the shit just don't add the fuck up. It don't add up. So I'm gonna drop a link in the chat. Game niggas, you know my rules. Take your game ass over to your game zone and do a fucking play-by-play or a replay. That way you can misconstrue my words without me being there listening and looking at your dumb ass. Let's bring some people online and let's destroy this fucking punk ass image that we got called the bitch ass nigga within Black America. You have to realize, man, they don't make planes big enough for the shit I would love to drop on these. The shit is being created faster than I can fucking shoot it out, or faster than I can load it up and be dropping it. And that's the problem. Everybody want to be the next motherfucker lying about how they good at this shit. It's ridiculous. It makes absolutely no sense. And these are not younger dudes, they're older motherfuckers. Letting this bullshit go on within the fucking environment. Not even trying to open their fucking mouth and change the goddamn trajectory of this shit. On purpose, by the way. This is ground zero of seven. Thinking that you got game. Thinking that you got it. Thinking that you're exclusive and within the same environment that everybody's fucking around with the same pool of people. But okay, you got game though. Because you can you think you fucking special. Is that it? But you can walk around grown ass men being imprecise on purpose. So that way nobody can define what the fuck you're talking about or thinking it's some shit that we should be proud of. Are you fucking kidding me? This shit is a disgrace. You're right, it is fraud. What else you gonna do when you got a bunch of untalented fucking reptiles sitting around this motherfucker trying to hustle off the fucking environment rather than getting their own legitimate motherfucking money? What the fuck do you think was gonna happen? Rather than investing in themselves, rather than getting themselves some legitimate personal power, so that way you ain't got to be looking towards vaginal power as the means of your masculinity. They decide to do shit like this. Not even motherfucking original why they do it either. Everybody else is doing the same pandering punk ass bullshit in the same fucking environment. And then you got the same dumb niggas around trying to act like they community minded right after they let all this bullshit go down within these same fucking environments. You can pretend you have game, but you're not responsible for the outcome. This shit is too fucking stupid to allow to keep going on right in front of our motherfucking face.
Hey, what's going on, MLT? Yeah, man, I feel what you're saying, bro. It's sad that you know, we try to set some boundaries and some structures to life, and these guys still want to live in fantasy land because that's what it is. Um, anytime a man wants to take a weak position with and around an uncultured female, rather than take control, like you say, of their personal environments by making good choices and avoiding this chaos, not conforming to it, but avoiding it, because we know the consequences of this foolishness. That's why there's no community now, because everybody's sitting there catering to the wrong people. So I mean, it's so obvious. I hate that we even have to discuss this, man. And it's growing because they have monetized this dysfunction. That's the reason why they won't ever come clean about it. They won't deny it because they've turned it into some kind of profiting way of profit for themselves. Because, like you say, originality and just telling the truth is inconvenient to people who are living lies. So, like I said, man, I think look, man, I made my whole case about the game. It's a fraudulent way of thinking. It puts you in a weak position with a female who has actual legal power, where
Yeah.
they're controlling the environment rather than the man, because we don't live in a society that's structured culturally the way it should be. So men have to actually make the right choices. We can't sit there and bank on people who clearly don't have our best interests at heart and sit there and negotiate with them. That's stupid.
Exactly. Every
Yeah, and it's
exactly. So
yeah,
keep going.
go ahead, man. Go ahead, LOL. Go ahead, man.
I agree 100% of what you said. I mean, every step that you make has to be calculated. You can't just keep second guessing and just peddling this fraud. I mean, just
Right.
yeah. I agree with you. Yeah.
I mean, but what they're doing is they're dressing up this thing as if they're doing it, knowing goddamn well they're not out here taking these chances on their life like that.
Yeah. Faking the
Exactly.
funk. Yeah. Faking the
Exactly.
funk. Yep.
And they're supporting each other as for an ego trip, not showing any results, any good results, or not willing to show any proof of what they're saying, because it's just about grandstanding. It's just about promoting this narrative where you don't have to have no productivity or no accountability for anything you say. You're just saying it just to get an ego boost, just to have
Yeah.
people who are just as dumb thinking as that narrative to join in and pat you on the back for something that's stupid in this society. I mean, to sit there and think that men should take a chance on something that's proven not to work for the sake of, you know, not actually having to make the right choices, not actually have to be honest about, like you say, the environment that we live in. It's hostile to putting yourself in a weak position with a female. It's hostile to just sit there and feel like you have to have your finances and your peace held hostage by someone who's empowered and incentivized to disrespect you.
Like, oh, like, look, man, like nobody intentionally goes out there and try to juggle bowling balls for a fucking reason. They're too fucking heavy, and you look dumb as fuck doing it.
I'm
Exactly.
telling you, man.
Yes, man. Exactly.
Oh my god.
Exactly. I mean, you look dumb as fuck doing it, but at least you got game. Fuck all that.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because the whole reason, and I'm just going to speak on the people that I know. Like, I came to this space because I saw that men were finally trying to come out of this foolishness and trying to put their heads together to say, hey, we need to create an environment where we have control, where we are pushing for male empowerment and authority, and we're working to develop our productivity instead of catering to dysfunctional, unproductive people. I thought that was the whole meaning of this. And now
I
it's
mean,
like,
no, it was the meaning until you had the entertainment class, huckster class niggas who wanted to come in here and do something else with the concept. But you have to realize the audience chose this shit. All right, there ain't no we can do except for keep going in our motherfucking direction because there wasn't gonna be that many fucking people anyway who wanted to fucking change. The only thing they did was pull these niggas whole cards.
Hmm.
It was like, look, We gonna bring these corrupt, you know what I'm saying, scaly, mouthful of fucking incisors, serrated fucking incisors in this motherfucker. And we gonna see who gonna jump to it.
Right. And it's
That's
crazy
what happened.
because celebrating having access to ran throughs, sexual access to ran throughs is not something to celebrate. I mean, they're not
Exactly.
even talking about building no productive families, and they're talking about successful marriages or anything that will validate what they're saying. Because if you're going to sit there and entertain any kind of interaction with a woman, then you should be showing proof of the results of what you're saying. But
Uh-huh.
if it's just about sexual access, that's adolescent thinking
It
to
is.
sit there and focus on just having sexual access and not actually having peace, happiness, and actually nothing interfering with your productivity.
Yeah,
These guys are actually compromising their ability to survive and thrive in the world to have sexual access with a hoe.
exactly.
I mean,
It's a
what they're doing is they're selling like quadriplegicism in a fucking pill. So it's like, why the fuck would you want to do all this shit when you could just sit here and just do this? It's like, dude, listen, man, you don't have to be giving away your own chance and making sure shit can fucking work by turning around and intentionally taking your ass off the field. Like, that don't make no sense.
Exactly, and men actually having standards to set a bar to take a line against this chaos and dysfunction and say we're not negotiating with chaos anymore. We're creating our own structure, our own personal environment that we control, where women have to come at the gate with basic respect, have to come at the gate with femininity and cooperation, and it's not a negotiable thing. It's not something that I have to spit game to sit there and get somebody to fraudulently pretend like they're offering. No, you're actually it's not just for women. It's through life. You want to make all kinds of good decisions that bear good outcomes. And women is probably the last thing on the list because if
exactly.
everything else falls in place, you're not even going to make room for anything less than what meets your own standards because we're living up to our own standards. That's what this comes from. It's
Yeah,
not even about the females. It's about men having standards and wanting to surpass their own standards and live up to their own outcome of having a positive, productive life. And everything falls into place because now you're no longer negotiating with people who don't have your best interests at heart.
Correct.
mhm,
And that's what happens once you start getting your own level of power is you just be like, who the fuck is this person trying to tell me, okay, how they gonna outsource looks and all like okay, so if they outsource all that shit to men, then what the fuck are they actually bringing to the table? I mean,
Right.
like, come on, man. Like, it doesn't make sense, and this shit needs to be destroyed
Yeah.
right in front of their fucking face.
yeah,
You know, like, like Jesus didn't wait. No, he went over there and turned over the fucking table right when they were
Exactly.
sitting there.
Because he knew you couldn't do nothing with something that's just wrong. Like you have
exactly.
Yeah,
to you have to turn away from dysfunction. You don't negotiate with it. You don't try to conform to it. You
Exactly.
eliminate it. You remove yourself or you destroy it. But you don't sit
Exactly.
there and try to negotiate with something that just isn't working or is corrupt. Because what
Exactly.
it's going to do is going to just increase in corruption, especially when men are already at a disadvantage in this society. That's the main issue. We don't have legal authority to control our environments on a legal level, so we have to
yeah,
restructure our personal environments because society won't do it.
yeah.
This whole thing of catering to a female's ego that celebrates being a hoe is just dumb.
It is.
I mean,
So
no, it is at the height of being a, a masculine fucking feminist. It's like,
Right.
oh, I got to see what she wants. I got to check in with her.
yeah, yeah.
Oh
It's
my
all that.
god.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. All that bitch brain shit. Yeah, I hate it. I'm tired of it. I'm sick of it.
yeah, yeah.
Bitch brain.
What's going on, Mike V? Yeah, but this is what I'm saying, man. Like these people come to a place and do their runway modeling shit called game, like right in front of our faces. I'm like, what the fuck is? what are you doing? Like, no, man, get out of here. Get out. Bye, be gone.
And we
Like
can
this.
also say, that the girls that they celebrate, having sexual access to are the ones we reject. We don't
Exactly.
want them.
Yes.
It's
We
not
don't want
that
Yes.
it's not that we can't get it. We don't want it.
exactly
We
damaged goods. Exactly.
it's beneath us. People are afraid to say when you're better when you're actually making the better choices. You are better. You're better than people who are trying to be in repetitive dysfunction. That's why you make the better choice. That's what judgment's about, making a better choice to have a better outcome. This is really simplistic,
Yes.
but it's like when you're, and I'm not trying to take no personal shots, but we all know that raised in this feminine environment has destroyed a lot of men. Men
Yeah.
trying to believe they negotiate with this hostile women to male sovereignty and control in this environment. It hasn't worked out. It's a lot of child support. It's a lot of failed marriages. It's a lot of just domestic violence, false allegations. A lot of things have already been proven to result from that way of thinking that you can somehow conform your mind to somebody who's proven to be an enemy of you. It doesn't work.
Yeah. Yeah. And so what they do is they just yada 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 pixie dust. I got game. Fuck it. I won. I'm like, no. You
Exactly.
still have to play the fucking actual game. You're down 99 to nothing. You just can't walk off the field and declare victory, motherfucker. The fuck wrong with you?
And not just that, these people have drawn a complacency with being a stepfather, with
Yeah.
being with some kind of drama. Oh, I have to fight, and I had to strong arm somebody who doesn't respect me, kind of relationships. I'm like, what is that? That's not
Claiming
something
they're
that you.
community minded, wanting people to go mentor all these motherfucking fuck babies, just
Yeah.
all type of clown shit. I'm like, dude, the time to give a fuck was a long motherfucking time ago.
Yeah. They
We
put,
now at the fucking but back nine of the motherfucking 18 hole of the fucking course. Nigga, you done fucked up.
Right. If you
Can't
got to
come
spit,
back. You're
if you got
done.
to spit, if you got to spit game to a woman to keep her from cheating on you, then something's totally wrong from the beginning.
and that
You know.
woman,
Oh yeah.
if you have to spit game to a woman to stop her from cheating on you, that woman wasn't stable to begin with. You should just throw ass in the fucking
Exactly.
garbage.
And that just means that you step to her from a weak position where she doesn't have to respect you.
Hmm.
Yeah,
You
I mean,
you
but you have to look at it like this. What's going on, Gang Change? What's going on, Melody? But it's like you have to look at it like this. No one's claiming these motherfuckers in this space. The women who the fuck this shit's supposed to be working on, you would think they would be like, yeah, you go, no, nothing. They're doing nothing but being just around and by and near the pussy, not in it. And they think like close enough, still got game. I'm like,
Oh
what
God, man.
in the fuck is going on here? Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah, they don't get how it works, man. Of course, a woman is going to celebrate a guy who gives her authority and control over him.
Free
Because
publicity for it too.
exactly, of course, she's going to pat you on the back because it gives her the control, and that's exactly what a lot of women have been indoctrinated to want: control. And that's the one thing that men who actually have gotten to a certain level of understanding and wisdom in life are not going to give.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Because
and it's like it's so much easier to not do this shit. I mean, it takes a lot of effort to bullshit yourself into thinking that you got this shit down,
right,
and it's all pretend with no real tangible way of showing results. Look, I don't envy the position. I think they got a hell of a lot to prove. I would never fucking put myself in that fucking position. I think
but
it's
you
stupid.
but what's crazy is that they never want to prove. That's why when we tried to have a conversation, it was nothing but ad hominems and yelling and screaming because the proof would have just been something you can speak. But they try to cut you off. They don't want to listen to you, and that's why I just stopped having. Like sometimes we had this conversation, but I realized every time we tried to give these guys a different perspective, how they could manage
No.
and in life, they're going to sit there and say they're going to project all the issues they have with women on us because we don't want the women they want. So
Yeah.
It's like they trying to project issues that none of us said that we have. Matter of fact, we don't have problems. You have problems. We're trying to. This is really something we're trying to give to the younger generations, and we're using the wisdom that we've gained from our experiences, so that many men can either avoid bad outcomes or actually find a way to think there's a better way.
Yeah, well, I mean, my grandfather taught me this. You can't. There's two types of people that you can't teach perspective to. One is a traitor, and another one is a person who straight out quit. You're wasting your motherfucking time.
Hmm.
The motherfuckers cannot be convinced of anything.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
I agree.
No, it's just a sad display that they want to yet try to destroy another generation with this shit. Like, no, we're not doing that. This is crazy.
They're gonna ruin everything they touch. It's like a fucking Trojan horse.
Yeah, and it's like, and it's not even good Trojan horse either. It's like one of them dragons that you see at like one of them fucking Chinese festivals and shit with the
Hmm.
legs at the bottom. You be like, that's not a real motherfucking dragon. We're not with all them human-based legs at the bottom of that shit. But these motherfuckers, these motherfuckers are out here, man, like pretending like they legitimately are fucking sitting on the motherfucking stand at the court, banging the gavel and shit. Like, no, 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 no.
Well, I've always said that this whole game culture comes from the basically the nuking or destruction of a culture, and
Oh, it is.
the fallout of when structure and values are removed from a society is that this illusion, this fake conforming to dysfunction is all that's left. See, this is the proof that there is no more community, and this is why
Yes.
we have this is what results from it, this illusion that people can just be in a failed position but still believe they're not.
And that's why I've said that the community is dead.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah,
because these
and
people refuse to learn from it.
and now at this point, the new traders are the people who act like they're running shit, or the people who want to return these motherfuckers back to power. Oh hell no! Fuck all of this shit.
No,
Nope.
exactly. The new overthrows the old. Get them out of here.
Yeah, it's like, look, man, you can't swing that double-sided lifesaver. You can't go around with force choke and force lightning and call yourself a fucking Jedi. You can't. You just can't. I know it's more effective, but you can't do it.
Hmm.
It's crazy, man. And it's crazy because the more men have restructured their own life according to what works and what makes sense, everything improves. And women is just the final result of everything else falling into line where men actually have their priorities in check, their mindset correct, and it's like you actually have a natural defense from keeping all kinds of dysfunction out of your life. That's what structure does. It protects you from the fools of society.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's just that, no, no, we just don't need this shit around here. Growing legs and like, look, I want the motherfuckers to stay on that mountain. I want the only way for your ass to be off that mountain is fucking street pizza. That's it. No fucking help, no parachutes, no nothing. Don't try to help the motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Leave their ass up there.
Yeah, because you have to actually want help. You have to actually not be complacent in a bad situation to value someone who's offering a better outcome, a better solution, a better circumstance. And they don't. I mean, this whole thing about men, you know, being at the behest of a woman and at her whim, it's just stupid. It's weak,
It
and it's
is.
like
It's
you know,
effeminate.
and exactly, and that's something that should be very obvious.
Hmm.
Never take a weak position with a female, and any decent woman, and any decent
um,
woman with values doesn't won't respect you at that level.
yeah, Major Payne Diaz says asphalt salsa.
So, Street pizza's funnier, in my opinion. But yeah, so that's a good one. Yeah.
It's just that it's not even a light means of surrender. It's like an accelerated means of surrender by claiming that you got like control over this shit.
Exactly.
It's like what are you talking about?
Yes, it's more like a face plant. It's just
You know, it's crazy when men stop restructuring their life around women and restructure their lives around themselves to maintain productivity, to build their masculines, their masculinity mentally, physically, financially, spiritually, whatever helps you acquire the values to survive and thrive in this life. You will have a better option. You have better options and better outcomes in every aspect of life. That's just how it works. When you structure your life around something that seeks chaos, it'll never work.
Exactly. You won't get anything.
I mean, but they want to sabotage.
But that's because they found a way to monetize it and fill in the vacuum and the loss of values in society. So they're throwing this, as entertainment when it's not really funny to the people that actually have their lives destroyed from it. And all these people want to double talk and talk about we want community, but tear down the very values and very principles that a community is built on. Doesn't make sense.
I mean, it's ridiculous. I mean, they say that they want a community, but they hate order.
Exactly. They matter of fact, they profit from the lack of order. It's like some people just get comfortable in a bad situation, and because it takes work, it takes sacrifice, it takes a man actually proving stuff, proving and all this stuff, and results and receipts are bad words to these people, but it takes actual work to produce something in life. It takes actual work other than just having an imagination. And when you actually have that, you don't hear nobody who has anything substantial in life talking about what they got to say to a woman. You just don't hear it. Matter of fact,
I don't even give a fuck.
what you hear in that,
there's too many. It's too many. There's too many different cultures where they got the shit under control. There's no need to start where they don't have it under control.
Right. In a decent culture, you see women actually talking among themselves how to make themselves more desirable to men. That's more of a woman's mindset to sit there and try to capitulate ideas of how they can become more desirable to men.
Exactly.
This whole thing about men playing, it's like in this new society, men have become the new women. Where and I'm just like, this is so backwards, man. Like, why? Men keep society running. Our mind should not even wander and waver on women who do not want to be logical and functional in the society that men built. We should not even waste thoughts on that. We have to keep society running, and the consequence of doing that is that women who actually value that will want men, will choose men of that caliber, instead of just like, it's like dysfunction finds dysfunction.
Yeah, and it's like fuck niggas got a strong ass status of forces agreement, very strong Title V from the fucking. If you tackle one of us, a nigga devastator would just fucking form up and come after your motherfucking ass. But now their position is too weak now. The women have no sexual vitality left now. So the position that they held for so long was always a hollow position. Yeah. It was just time was just going to kind of sort that out for everybody.
Exactly. It was a house of straw.
Yeah. Roastmaster, thanks for the cash app. Yeah, man, that's where we at, man. It's just that we're trying to stop a new generation of people from removing the stakes from the heart of Dracula. You know what I'm saying? Like, leave that shit alone. Leave it alone.
Mm-hmm.
Leave it alone. Trust me, this shit is over with. You don't need to be learning how to feed ran-throughs. Like, Don't feed the ran-throughs. Don't feed them.
Exactly.
Don't feed them. Like, I can tell you when you go to a national park, don't feed the fucking bears. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Hmm.
You know what people do? They go over there anyway, thinking it's a fucking dog, and that bear give your ass a bear-sized reminder that that is not no fucking dog.
Yeah, exactly. And your ass get devoured.
Yeah. There's no way in the fucking hell you would catch me ever feeding something like that. Fuck out
Right.
of here.
When hey, here's the thing. When you only want to celebrate sexual access, you know, it's that's why they don't value anything else, because that's it for them. They just celebrating sexual access. You know, it's not about anything more than that.
No, and it's something that's a basic unneeded function. Like this shit isn't really that hard or difficult, but they try to make it look like that they are the ones who are doing this shit and nobody else can. It's like, no, you're not part of an exclusive fucking group. That's not how that works.
Right.
I'm
You
like,
should,
leaving this shit the fuck alone, period, should be the exclusive fucking group. Not
yeah,
trying
but
to find a way to deal with this goddamn shit should be the exclusive group.
well, see what they're doing is they want to celebrate the getting females that anybody can get if they just had no standards.
Yeah, it's like, look, all you gotta do is meet the fucking criteria and you get access. You know, and they're trying to make it look like since they've decided to sell out and bow down, that they're fucking a hell of a lot more special than anybody else. And I'm like, no, it's quite the opposite. You know what? People decided not to want to deal with this shit. That's what fucking happened. A
Well,
lot of
since
these
they
people, man, it's crazy.
since they celebrate game, I hope they celebrate the STD rates, the dysfunctional broken families, and everything else that comes from that mindset. They should celebrate all that.
Yeah, they really
Hey, man, they
should.
don't care, man.
Yeah, they
Because
They
really
don't
should.
care
But
about that.
you're right.
it's a
They don't.
package deal.
Yeah, it is. But it's the short-term thinking. You know, they're effeminate and just they don't think about the long-term consequences of their actions. You know, it's
Nah,
very,
not them kind of people.
very, very short-sighted.
You know, because MOT has been very direct with what the purpose of, you know, men who actually want better outcomes in life has been. He's not changed his tune since I've heard him. And for people to sit there and act like what we're asking is unreasonable, it's just
It's crazy.
it's beyond crazy. It's like we want all men to have a better outcome in life, where they are not being held hostage with a dysfunctional, uncooperative, unfeminine woman who's trying to take advantage of a broken society. What is wrong with that?
With their help. With their help.
Right. Exactly. Like
Yeah,
just
I mean, like, they want to help them. They want to help them destroy shit. Dude, like, these dudes freely want to assist these motherfuckers in destroying and wrecking and destroying what's left of the environment.
exactly
Not the
part of
environment, what's left of the
what's
environment.
left
They
of
want
it.
to turn around and fuck it up. Because they're here for the fucking kids, man.
You
They're
know, part of,
here for the fucking kids. That's what
Yeah,
they come for.
exactly. After the youth.
yeah, but yeah, that's all they could do because we're exposing what they're doing, and we don't have that problem. We're just trying to share what we have known from our experiences to be a better solution, a better outcome for men. And
Mhm.
it's word because all of us who are living what we say, we don't have problems. We're
Exactly.
actually at a point in life where it feels good to have peace of mind, to be focused
Oh, for real.
financially. And we're trying to share these things. This is what it's all about, is sharing what the benefits of success,
Hmm.
the benefits of having
Say,
peace in your life, of not being held hostage by a dysfunctional culture.
or people. I mean,
Oh yeah,
it's just that it's just that peace of mind and all this shit sound like a foreign fucking concept because one, they're not taught it, and two, no one is really practicing it around them. Because practicing like sexual, you know, being dominated by the environment is what's normal to them. It's
exactly.
no, it's very normal for people to turn around and see everybody else selling out over a piece of ass. So it seems normal for that
Well,
shit.
you
It
know,
really does.
the best analogy I can have for focusing on females of this society is trying to multiply anything by zero. You're gonna end up with
Yeah.
zero. Doesn't
Exactly.
matter
man.
if you sleep with 100 dysfunctional females, you still get zero. You sleep with
Not the
2,000 dysfunctional women, you still get zero. It's like
yeah. In math, you always taught to never divide or multiply by zero or
Exactly.
negative
exactly,
numbers.
Exactly the
And this
point.
is what the fuck you got. You got both.
they're trying to build. They're trying to build something off of zero
Yeah.
or negative.
Yeah.
No
You know,
foundation.
they got this long ass equation, and all of a sudden times zero. It's like what? Like the moment you have times zero, this shit's over with.
Exactly.
Yeah, but these are the people who you got. They'll do anything for $1. They'll rationalize anything because there's money attached to it, and that's just what you fucking with right now, man.
But
And
you know,
dude, it's no different. Hope when these people picked up heroin and sold that shit, when these motherfuckers picked up cocaine and crack and sold that shit, and when they're picking
mhm,
up meth and they sold that shit and the pills and sold that shit, everything is about fuck it, fuck it, fuck it. I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want to because I gotta get paid, and they will come to any place in any space. This is why I'm in a position where I don't need the fucking money. So all their fucking criticisms fall real short, and they would look incredibly fucking stupid trying to attack me for any fucking reason. Because I've
right,
proven that, hey man, I can get whatever the fuck I want, and I can leave this shit the fuck alone. Both.
exactly. And
Nah,
you know
yeah.
what's crazy? It's like it's a pride thing too, because even in my personal life, and I know you've made this clear for you too, MOT. I've been homeless before, and I'm not afraid. And it's not because I didn't work. It's just because I had a messed up family situation, and I just had a bad deal at the beginning of my life that I overcame. But just because I did that, it's like these guys can't. And I've made some bad choices in life too. But it's like these. A lot of times people get so deep in their own dysfunction until they don't want to admit that you know what I'm doing is just the wrong way, and it takes
Yeah.
some humility to acknowledge that so you can grow and you can come out of it. But when you just want to sit there and be like, okay, I messed up my life, I don't want to admit that I'm doing it wrong, so I'm just going to keep telling everybody else the wrong advice so they can keep doing it wrong too, and we'll all just sit here and pretend like it's a good life when it's terrible. It has no results that we can show people there's a good life, but we'll just all play this big giant lie of make believe, and we'll just build on that so don't nobody ever has to show results of having a decent life.
Yeah, they're taking refuge in their own fantasy.
Exactly. Like I could tell people, look, I've had some really rough times in life that I've grew from. The adversity in life has taught me the most. And
Oh
I'm not
yeah, man.
afraid to tell people the wisdom and the perseverance I've learned from my toughest situations in life. That's what being a man is showing that you can overcome your adversity, that you can come out better, wiser,
Hmm.
and stronger from anything life throws at you so that you always put yourself in a better position because you value what's right over your own ego of
Hmm.
believing that you can do something wrong and celebrate it somehow.
Hmm.
Yeah, but that's just where we at, man. It's just that these people have decided to sell all the way the fuck out, and they actually think that everybody else is coming to their defense, and that ain't gonna be the case. But
Now, people don't have time
but
in this environment. People don't have time to believe and make believe right now. People will have real decisions to make. There's a small window of opportunity for men to capitalize off of this crisis and off of whatever's going on in this world. But the window is shrinking, and people don't get on, prioritize their life correctly. They're gonna be a game is literally gonna be all they have.
Hmm. And at the same, while they're, while they have that game, they're going to starve.
Exactly, and game ain't gonna fix that.
Exactly.
no, it won't, and it can't. To be quite honest with you, and it's just that there's no way for them to come back from this, and that's kind of what kind of happened here. These people have really fucked up, and I don't know how the fuck they're gonna fix it.
but I know how they're not going to fix it. Is they're not going to fix it with other fucking people filling the void, trying to practice this shit that I know that they ain't practicing, man.
Well, it's a scavenger mindset. I'm noticing. They see men doing stuff that's productive, and they build conflict with the productive people, and then make that their content. It's like they see, okay, we're trying to have better outcomes. We're trying to get men prioritizing their life correctly and restructuring their lives to have success and to just be a man. And what they're going to do is they're going to bring in this feminist mindset, and off of the conflict that they're having with us, they're going to build content. This is to talk about us. When we have the actual results that, should be modeled in life, we're not complaining, oh, I'm broke, or I got 10 baby mamas, or I keep marrying somebody over and over again. We don't have that problem. We're not fighting in our households. A lot of guys have very successful interactions with the women that they have because they have simply just left the dysfunction. They left it behind, and they're focusing on, productivity. They're focusing on establishing some structure in their life, and it's working. And like men actually have good things to trade in terms of commerce, in terms of business, and it's like this kind of talk offends people who don't have it. Like, why would you be mad that men are talking about productivity, having a better environment to live in, and a better culture to deal with people in? Why is that a bad thing? Rather than sitting there talking about how many hoes you can get with. Yeah. Keyword hoes.
Exactly.
Hoes meaning females that everybody's already hitting, whether you think you a pimp or a simp, everybody's hitting the same hoes.
Exactly. They're not even exactly. They're not even quality females. These are women who are at the bottom rung of the sexual marketplace.
Yeah, and it's an adolescent mindset. I tell dudes, man, I got to a point in my life where rejecting females who are beneath you is a sign of growth. You don't have to prove something to your ego just to deal with somebody that has proven to be beneath you, because you have valued the right things in life that work when that person doesn't. It's not even arrogance. It's actually just making a better choice. That's why it's a better choice. The better person makes the better choice.
Mm-hmm. And here's the other thing about it is that you shouldn't be trying to find room for every single piece of woman-based DNA to fit within your fucking life unless you ain't got no fucking standards. Mm-hmm. That's the only way that all these motherfuckers are somehow potential meal tickets, is because you ain't got no fucking standards.
Yep, exactly. Because you would eliminate that dysfunction at the root, at the beginning. Because, it's crazy when you approach, and I hate, I'm just bringing it up, the female just to speak on the point, but when you approach a woman from a weak position in the beginning, you don't have standards because you're depending on the space that she gives you, when it should be her depending on the space that she's willing to earn for you. Like I tell dudes, look, I already know what's important in life. I already have my purpose and my direction in life established. So I already know what position a woman needs to play in my life, and basic respect is already inclusive in that. Basic respect at the gate, and then.
Yeah, but here's the other thing, man. It's like they don't understand how optional all this shit is.
Yes.
Oh shit. Oh, hold on a second. Get back in.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, man, you dropped out for a second. Yeah, man, but they don't understand how optional all this shit is. But shit is optional, man.
Yeah, it is
fucking optional. You don't have to do any of this shit. I swear, you don't have to do any of it.
Exactly. It's not mandatory.
Yeah, and it's like, hook on ratchets work for me. Like, no, what the fuck is this?
It didn't work for you. Here. It didn't work for them.
I'll tell you, man, this is the greatest sight of their greatest loss in life. And they so want to pretend like they got this shit under control. And the only way they can do this is by quote unquote assisting other people and taking over their fucking responsibilities, because they can't do the shit themselves.
Right.
So they want to create more of them rather than less of them with the fucking truth. So this position is too fucking weak to stand, and I enjoy destroying this fucking position more than anything else in the world because these motherfuckers they ain't got shit to fucking stand on, man. They
Hey, give
they
me an
are
answer like a
literally
crazy.
they they are literally holding up like a tissue paper fucking umbrella in a fucking rainstorm. Shit's getting fucking torn the fuck up.
Mm-hmm. It'll be washed away soon.
Yeah, and it's just like, dude, listen, man. I've been waiting all my life for these motherfuckers to pay the consequences of this. I'm not gonna be cheated of the fucking show, man. I'm not gonna be cheated of the show. All right. If only we can get through these fucking previews, we can watch the fucking movie.
And you know what's crazy? And look, let's be clear. A lot of these guys are getting confused because they don't realize dysfunction sells. You know, just
Oh
because
yeah,
you get
it does.
views doesn't mean you can see a video of some random hoe twerking getting 1 million views. Does that mean she's worth anything? No.
Exactly.
He's just capitalizing off the vacuum of values in a dysfunctional society. So yeah, doing something that caters to the worst of people will get you views in a broken society. It's not nothing to just pat yourself on the back of.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, yeah, but the money that they get in views are post hoc rationalizations of why the shit's okay.
Right.
That's
Exactly.
all it is. You know, it's not any harder than that. So
I mean, we see what these guys talk about OnlyFans, and we all know that's an issue. But what's feeding it? What's feeding OnlyFans? What's feeding women feeling like they can twerk and call that femininity? We know what's feeding that. Men taking this weak position in life.
Exactly. The dregs. Yep.
yeah, and it's like, look, that shit is gonna have a hard fall to it. Because if you think that there ain't no fucking consequences to you putting yourself, I'm telling you, man, as a dude who used to run them type of clubs, there are fucking consequences.
Yes.
And let me tell you, the motherfuckers cannot handle them whenever they come to them.
You're right. They can't.
They cannot. And like I told them, you get on that fucking pole, your fucking life is gonna change forever. You get that fucking money that way, your life is gonna change forever. You're not gonna motherfucking be able to do anything else.
Yep.
Your level of disdain for men is gonna go through the motherfucking roof. All right, get your ass on that pole. It's gonna be a different life.
And that's the thing,
You
Steve.
know, yeah, think they can
Once you
handle
start once you start with that narrative, you're going to be trapped in that narrative because you're not going to come from a whole lover on the street to a respectable position where you're trying to speak against that, because it's either that or right. It's either right or wrong. It's in life. And if you sitting there promoting the wrong thing and you're not going to admit that you promoted the wrong thing and you just think that you can switch up, it's not going to work like that. And that's the thing.
And
A lot of
keep
guys are
thinking
just afraid.
that it is.
Yeah,
Keep thinking that it's gonna work.
it's nothing but just humility to admit, you know what, this doesn't work. Look at the results that come from me thinking this way. Look what I have to deal with. I'm negotiating with somebody that shouldn't even be at the table that I'm at. Because like we all know that it's men that build societies, not women. Women exist in the space that men create for them because our job is to keep society functional, not to keep women's egos coddled, but to keep society running.
Mm-hmm.
And they traded in their masculinity for that, man.
Exactly. We give up our position to keep society running, to keep somebody who will not uphold the standards and principles to keep society running. Then we're just destroying everything, and then we're trying to celebrate the destruction, which is stupid.
Exactly.
And they're trying to act like they benefit off of this fucking situation. I'm like, dude, listen. Going from one non-quality motherfucker to another, to another, to another, and being happy to engage in that fucking process over and over again, and you try to put force and emotion behind it, like it's some shit you proud of doing, it's the height of fucking lunacy. What are you talking about? Nobody wants to be chasing these non-quality motherfuckers. Dude, the woman don't even want to be pursued like that.
No, she doesn't. And that's what these guys don't realize. Just because you have access to her, there's a difference between being used and being respected. Both of them can have access to a woman. One is just going to have a bad outcome. And they can't differentiate between being used and being respected because all they see is access. But they don't see how to with the access. Yeah, they don't want to see the results of the access they have, and then they complain about the results.
The same results that they go after. We're hearing shows and shit on the same fucking circumstances that they put their motherfucking selves into, freely put
Exactly.
themselves into. But now we have to hear even more content about the shit about woe is me, my pain is some shit you don't feel. Like, yeah, you goddamn right, your pain is some shit that I don't feel. So I
Exactly.
wouldn't put myself in them dumbass fucking circumstances.
Exactly. And I want to feel that pain. You're a dumbass for doing it yourself. Just, yeah.
Nah, it's like, look, if it was some legitimate pain that you didn't want other motherfuckers to feel, then perhaps your ass need to be on the front motherfucking line, making sure other motherfuckers don't go through this shit.
Mhm.
But the opposite is happening. They're making sure other motherfuckers go through this shit, and that's something that I don't fucking get. For some
Exactly.
reason. It's like, look, if your whole life is defined by something that's this fucking bad, and that you have to lie so much to pretend like you're fucking conquered this shit, like, dude, why don't you just tell motherfuckers easily, man, like, hey man, I fucked up. This shit ain't cool.
Exactly.
My life is a
Exactly.
living fucking hell. I have to deal with this type of piece of shit, and my life is going nowhere.
And exactly. They don't have the gray matter. They don't have the gray matter to come flat out and say that. They're just gonna keep faking the funk until it destroys them. They say the truth hurts, but lies can kill.
And you know what you won't hear? You won't hear to say game restored a broken family. You won't hear that game took away an STD that they got. You won't hear that because once you destroy something, it's destroyed.
Exactly.
And
You
that's why
won't hear that game. You won't hear that game gave black boys a better fucking outcome. You'll
Exactly.
never hear that fucking shit
Exactly.
ever.
This will never happen. It'll never happen.
because they're afraid to lose their audience. They're afraid that they're going to lose the people who actually celebrate dysfunction because you do have to become an outlier. You do have to step outside of the foolishness to look back
Yep.
and acknowledge a better way.
Gotta stand
And
out.
they don't want to do that. I know what I say on my page is going against the grain on a lot of ways. That's why I don't do it necessarily to get views. I do it because it's right, because it works, because it puts men in a better position to think, to take control of their lives, to not have dysfunctional people leverage, the legal system against them.
Exactly.
These are things that's important
Purposefully.
for men to know. Exactly. This is why it's important for men to know.
Exactly. It works for me.
It's,
Yeah.
no, no, it's kind of like a ball right over the fucking plate, man. They hitting that shit off the fucking park. They're like Barry Bonds and shit, hitting the shit over the 500 fucking feet mark into the fucking water. That's what the motherfuckers are doing.
Yep.
With that chance that they're getting on these dudes.
Yep. Off the reservation. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, Zach, what's going on, man?
What's up, Zach?
Yeah, what's up, y'all? What's up, MOT? Yeah, man, y'all hitting it right on the head. Like, that's why, man. Like, man, I don't give a fuck what nobody say, man. I'm just gonna disagree with this game shit because we see the outcome of this shit. That shit, like, it's like a bunch of niggas thinking they got it figured out, but they the most like dysfunctional as guys in this space. Like, when I came in this space 2017, man, they want this much shit, like all this game shit and loving pussy and shit, and all this other shit, just compromising themselves as men, bro. So fuck that. I'm pushing back against this shit. If I get on the panel with any one of these dumbass niggas on anybody else's panel, I'm calling them niggas stupid. I'm gonna run them niggas the fuck up out of here. This shit needs to stop and be destroyed, bro. It got to.
Has to. Yeah.
Right. And I just ask this one question: when you're speaking game, whose mind are you trying to convince? You're not trying to convince the masculine mind. You're trying to convince the feminine mind. So
Yep.
you're already starting off wrong. You're trying to let her determine what is right when that's a man's position to establish what is right.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's like, and I try to make that clear to them. I'm like, what you're doing is you're putting your life in the hands of someone else other than you.
Yeah, I mean, but they're proud to do it.
Yeah, they proud in the motherfucker, bro.
Yeah.
You can see how they talk and act. They love it, bro.
Like, what do I care about what a woman thinks about what I already know?
Hmm.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, stop your shit. Why go get value when she can determine it for you? Like,
Yep.
oh my God, this is ridiculous.
With no accountability, legally or socially.
Hmm.
Yeah, and it's like, what good can come of that? We see what the so-called good has been done within the environment of this mind frame being there, and it's really done fucked a lot of shit up. And we had now have outcomes like, you know, the ballots are in, the count has been fucking made. This shit didn't fucking work. We went from shit being celebrated during the motherfucking civil rights movement to Freaknik. And now they're trying to bring Freaknik back pretty much with this bullshit. And it's like,
Oh God.
what is
Yes.
happening here?
Look, man, all Freaknik made was a whole bunch of babies with no fathers and a bunch of used up and abused women who going to end up dying alone. I mean, it's
Right
nothing good
away.
came
Yep.
out of it, and it's just I don't know, man. This it's just sad because what we're doing is just trying to help people. We're not even trying to be mean. I can tell people when I've done something wrong and I can establish what I did wrong and I can tell people not to do what I did when it's wrong because I value the outcome more than me feeling like I feeling good about doing the wrong thing. And that's what it's about. And it's not about, they take it the wrong way. We're trying to help people come out of something that's a failure, a generational failure. It's not just a failure in this lifetime, it's a generational failure. You
Two
know,
generations.
exactly.
But they don't want to change because they embrace this dysfunction because they've been taught this shit by these dysfunctional women who pretty much raise most of these men. And this is why it's important for guys like us to disagree and push back. Like even if they say the most thinking they got game shit, you can just say shit like, hey man, that's stupid. You a grown man. You shouldn't even be talking like that, man.
But
Hey
not
man,
just
look
that.
here. You know what I mean? Like it's not
Yeah.
realistic. That shit is, bro. Look, in the real world, when you get off these live streams, people will laugh at them game niggas and these word to mouth want to be hustling ass niggas. Nobody gives a fuck about these niggas like that, man.
Yeah. And another thing to add on to what you said is that you don't have to be nothing but just offer lip service to have hierarchy in their world. You don't have to actually be anything. You don't have to actually produce any kind of results or track
Exactly.
record. You could just provide lip service and move up the ranks in their world.
Exactly. And lip
So it's a
service
whole
is
bunch
huge.
of talking. It's a whole bunch of talking, a whole bunch of emotion, but it's no actual results. It's nothing tangible that says that this is a better outcome
Yeah,
because
you know
they.
what? I'll go
No,
ahead.
you
I'll say.
good. No, you good, bro.
No, I was gonna say I'm in the mindset like I've been saying when I get on these panels. It's not that I don't deal with women. The whole thing with me is at this point, I see the outcome of most black women, so I leave them the fuck alone. Especially when I get out these live streams like the other day. This chick thought that I was gonna hold the door for her while she was coming in the gas station. I didn't. And she looked me up and down like she really wanted to say something. I looked at her like, don't say shit to me. You know what I mean? And that's just the atmosphere. Of course, I don't hate women. I just can't respect the outcomes that these women are provided. And then they go back to these so-called want to be stupid ass game dudes who really don't produce. And then they want to have standards for guys like us. No, I'm taking my ball. I'm going home. I'm getting my shit together, and I'm staying the fuck away from you dysfunctional people. Period.
Exactly.
And we don't have to deal with women. Women have to deal with us because
Yeah.
we
And
determine whether they exist in our space or not. See, we take control of that. We don't give our whole existence in a woman's hands. We determine who's established in our presence or not. Not allowing our presence to be determined by a woman.
Exactly. It was never meant to be that way. Period.
Exactly. It's just reestablishing the natural order of things.
What?
You know.
yeah,
What?
it's just that what people don't really get is that at the end of the day, the losers are trying to act like they're winning. They're trying to act like they did all this shit right. The only thing you have to do is join them. And it's like, man, what?
Yep.
No,
Join them and be
no, they
their
did it
hype
wrong.
man. Join them and be the
Yeah.
hype man. You know, see,
It's
we don't
fucking dumb
need
as
to
fuck,
hype.
man.
Yeah, we don't need to hype each other up because we're promoting the truth that has its own results. It produces its own evidence. We just support what we can actually know and prove and test that works. So we don't have to hype up the truth. The truth speaks for itself.
I mean, you would think it's that self-evident, but you know who this the Inquisition?
Yeah, yeah, man. And see, but the thing is, how
All right, let's see how long this guy's gonna stay on here. What's going on, man?
the,
Hey,
the see the
hey, how
thing.
you doing, MOT?
What's going on, man?
I can't kill no one doc. Oh, continue on, Zach. I'm sorry for interrupting.
All right.
No, no, you
Yeah,
all good. I was gonna say like the truth is gonna prevail because as men we go on principles and we have integrity and honor. Like, you know what I mean? So me personally, when I be hearing these guys talk all this game shit and they, I'm gonna do this with these hoes. To me, I'm thinking this dude gotta be a dysfunctional, feminine ass man. He might be a male, but he's not a man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel you,
yeah,
bro. Hey, look, I gotta
yeah.
step. I gotta step out. But thanks for having me on, MOT. Man, I had to
All right,
join in.
cool.
All right, Hawk. All right, Hawk,
All right,
brother.
y'all. Hey, Zach. All right, MOT. All right, other
All right,
dude.
no problem, man. All
All
right,
right,
have a
peace.
nice one. All right, go ahead, the Inquisitive. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, this is my first time calling into the show. But shout out to you, MOT. You know, I've been rocking with you for a while, and you know, I want to look just to chime in a little bit. You know, these game niggas or Negroes, they come in all forms, whether it be, you know, it could be Pookie and Ray Ray, it could be somebody at the church or something. It's always somebody out there that's some form of the game nigga that don't lead to
Yeah,
no productivity. You know, I mean, my life has improved drastically by just, you know, making little small steps to better myself. You know, getting out of debt, getting myself in shape. You know, quit listening to that fool's talk the average person be talking about. You know, I had a family member get mad at me because I said I'm voting for Trump because hey, the Democrat Party ain't done a damn thing, and I'm tired of them damn taking my vote for granted. Well, you wrong. You don't know what you're doing. No, I can't believe that.
yeah, man.
Look,
Hey, it's free country, man. It's one
yeah,
vote. Don't like it, get out there to be the counter vote. But a lot of these people, they don't want to take any action anyway, man. You know, they just want to be there and not really do anything. So you know, it's just that we we have the results here that this shit does not work, and that's what's major here. And like other than my grandfather, like after he died, man, like nobody was really talking like this to a group of men to tell them not to do this shit. You know, thankfully, you know, I was overseas in the military and I was around a better group of women so that way I wouldn't have to go through all this crazy ass shit or or have seen or even think that this shit is fucking normal. But I'm seeing a lot of these dudes who are compromising the fuck out of themselves for this badass fucking product. And that shit is really getting on my goddamn nerves, man. Because these kids turn into kids that end up in foster care and all these fucked up ass situations because of unwanted motherfucking children in these fucking circumstances.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's you know, it's just a track record of the shit that cannot be defended at this point.
oh, no doubt, no
Yeah,
doubt,
I agree with you on that.
and you know, and as far as these females, I mean, hey, yeah, I mean, I've to be honest with you, I've been like I said, I've been rocking with you for a little while. You and Mr. Research, and you know, I didn't. It wasn't till I was 39 years. I'm 41 now. It wasn't until I was 39 years old that I finally started listening to stuff that that, that was life changing. I had been listening to hogwash all my life. Even my dad, you know, he's supposed to be in the player from the Himalaya. He had all the women. He never did teach me nothing about life. Never did teach me nothing to own a piece of property. Never did
Yep.
teach me how to balance a checkbook. Never did teach me
Yep.
how to go in front of people and talk like you got some common sense instead of acting like a clown.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's just that. It's just that, man. Like a lot of time has been fucking wasted. And we could turn this shit around relatively fucking quick, but people just gonna have to be on the same page with turning this shit around, man. And like I said, like you can't control the motherfucking audience, man. Audience gonna do what the audience gonna fucking do. And
yeah,
this is why I don't go over there in those other spaces because I don't give a fuck about what other people talking about. I know how the fuck I got here, and I'm trying to get other motherfuckers here. So if y'all don't want to fucking come, hey man, that's on y'all. Good, lots of luck, man. But if you fucking your life up in a very predictable situation today, man, like a lot of people just ain't gonna be there to help your ass out of that shit, man. I'm just telling people how optional this shit is, man.
But
But
you know what? But you know what, MOT, that was a good thing you just said. Like we could turn this shit around, and it don't take years. A lot of people get caught up on that shit. Oh, it's gonna
no,
take a
I don't.
while. No, it don't. All you gotta do is get the people to be on one accord and to really get behind this shit. But like you said, you can't stop the audience, man. And this is why I stay the fuck from out of them spaces too. I only wait on you or sometimes Zero, maybe Agon here and there, Mr. Fantastic and GC. Other than that, I don't go to nobody else shit. You know what I mean? After the shit that Reg the bad guy pulled that slick shit, talking
What?
funny, and then you got the motherfucking DJ Kuda dude. He always throwing little shots and trying to be funny, but
Oh,
these
I don't
niggas are the
care.
same niggas. They the same
Oh,
niggas, man.
so what Reg the bad guy do?
No, Reg the bad guy. He had a live earlier. And he was pretty much questioning the condition of the manosphere while being in the manosphere. And the thing is with me is don't be in this space and try to critique it at the same time while
Oh,
acting like you kissing somebody else's ass and you letting other people who say a bunch of bullshit on other panels on your shit. Now he's a man, he can do what he wants. It's not my space. My thing is about principle. Stop doing fake phony shit. Why don't you stand on something? Why don't you be a
he's
decent brother?
always worried about the status of the manosphere and then say he's not part of the manosphere.
I don't understand that. I don't understand that, MOT. These guys want to really,
I don't.
they want to disagree with this space while being in it and while trying to benefit from it at the same time, like pretty much indirectly trying to bring it down. So all these little loudmouth niggas you hear talk this game shit and they try to talk to brothers like us who want to do something better, get the information out. Let these young brothers hear that shit. Speak some sense into these brothers. And then you really drowned out by these dumbass niggas who talking about nothing because we sink this shit in the black community growing up. So, nothing personal against Reg, but stop trying to be on both sides. Are you in the manosphere, whatever you is, don't try to disrespect the space while being in it. I don't like that, man. I don't like that shit. It's not real. I don't like that, man.
Yeah, man, but to some people, man, that's the most that they can do and that's the most that they can bring to shit, man. So it's just, to me, it doesn't matter. Because I know that I'm fucking right. I don't, I got the fucking results.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're looking at these people and what they're trying to do and what they're trying to bring. And it's like, dude, there's really not nothing you could be able to do except for continue to keep getting your fucking message out. Because at the end of the day, motherfuckers are gonna see that I was not fucking wrong. Trying to do this shit their way better is not going to fucking work. It don't matter. It's
I'm gonna be a little facetious here. What you mean, MOT? What you mean your stuff work? What you mean it work? I get more women than you.
You actually have results? You actually have results and solutions? Wow.
Is that gonna help you? Is that gonna help you tomorrow morning that you will with a bunch of women whenever a situation come up? What's gonna happen when the bank call you and say, "Hey, we got an issue. We gonna well she got some good trim. We ain't talking about that right now. We talking about this issue you have here.
No, game, nigga. Game, nigga.
Yeah, game. You got game.
Nigga, you gotta have game.
No, I don't want to talk about you and all the women you mess with. I want to talk about this financial situation right here. We
Yeah,
about
I
to
mean, but you
foreclose
know,
on your house, but she got some good trim though. What is
Right.
really?
But you know what though?
yeah,
But you know what though? I will say that if you like, I will say that it's all about brothers hearing some information, hearing some words of wisdom from brothers in here who pushing a good message. After a while, nobody gives a fuck about all this game shit, worrying about bitches. We trying to get the fuck away from that stupid shit. That's why I push back on it so hard because I done heard so much information in this space to the point I applied it to my life as far as like, trade and stocks and all that. And hey, I'm finna open a business. Hey, I'm saving my money more and all type of shit. I'm looking at a house now that I'm finna buy next year. Of course, I got an apartment, but I got some money saved. But now I know how to go about doing this shit because just like some brothers in this space, my father was around, but he been through enough. He ain't really he taught me enough, but he didn't teach me everything either. So I don't want to hear that game shit in this space and niggas all in love with these avatar bitches and they just talk a lot of shit. This not what this space is about. Brothers coming with ideas and information, giving it to the
Hey,
younger brothers who
MOT,
like 21.
MOT.
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just
Full
jumping
circle.
in
What's going on,
here.
man?
Hey, greetings, man. Greetings, MOT, and the rest of the panel. I just want to come at,
So, brother,
not come at, what's up, brother? Zach, stay focused. You brought up a good point, and he's just how I felt ever since. I hear it off and on, and I know, like I said, MOT, it ain't even no brownie points, and kudos to you. It's like ever since, stay focused. MOT's been coming with it, trying to get men to stay on their purpose, and he's coming with everything he got. Stay focused. You mentioned a particular
yeah,
person, and I just cut in on it and stuff. I was in for like at least 5 minutes and just caught this part. That's the same thing I agree on. You got a particular content creator that's supposed to be from the manosphere, and at the same time, I'm thinking I sometimes get confused. You know what I mean? I could go in
right,
and I have been before on this particular person. But at the same time, it's kind of confusing because you allow the fuckery. You're supposed to be against the fuckery, but then you come hypocrite.
yeah,
You come in this hypocrisy, and it gets everything
yeah,
mixed up. When you have brothers like yourself that are like, we about this, we're on this. We're not trying to get derailed, but at the same time, you're supposed to be the Manosphere Incorporated. You talking from both, you know what I mean? It's like a two-face type of thing. You're talking from your head, from your
yeah,
ass. I'm confused. And it gets so messed up because you got a lot of these men, young ones, MOT is starting from ground up, trying to help these brothers,
yeah,
show them that's, not the slackers, not the BSers. You know what I mean? We talked about separating, but at the same time, this particular one over here is allowing the effery. You know what I mean? It could be from this, this, and this. It's like, what are you for? Are you for the brothers? You know what I mean? Or the black men? Or are you not? But you allow certain things, and it's like you
yeah,
accept
yep,
it's cool with
yep,
you, and it's not cool. And it's like, will somebody, I'm not saying that we have to, but will somebody just call this out and just be like, yo, man, you're doing a disservice. I get it,
yeah,
it's YouTube, but you're being super, super hypocritical. And then we'll sit back and act like you don't know what you're doing when you know exactly what you're doing. And you think you help him. And even the ones that come on the panel, shout out to them. They doing what they can,
right,
but it's kind of at times, if you notice, it's like a circus. You know what I mean? It's like a circus at times. And it's like, this ain't cool, man. You got it by now. If it's for likes, views, and clicks and subs, we already
right,
know all
right.
of that. But you ain't
But
helping nobody, man.
yeah,
So
yeah,
you
but
take
yeah,
that
yeah,
title off the stage.
yeah, but you know what? For a circle, bro, nothing matters to a fool. When a man don't have principles, he would do anything. This is why I'm not surprised. The thing is with MOT, like he said some shit months ago, bro. MOT said, I think like 3 or 4 weeks, get your CDLs. These brothers can be on the road making $2,500 to $3,500 every 2 weeks or pretty much every week. That's good information for some young brothers to get on to. You know what I mean? But if every other stream is some bullshit you hearing, which is game rhetoric, that's the shit that black folks really see that don't work, which is outcomes and track records, which is, bro, it's true. So the thing is, hell yeah, brothers like
Hmm.
me gonna push back. I don't want to hear that. I want to hear some good information. I'm already
Right.
doing a stock thing. You know what I mean? I'm finna
Right.
open
But
a business, all
and you
type of shit. Like,
and you know what? Stay focused. It's like we already know. We already need it. I'm not just talking about because of us being below at the bottom, but it's being spoken of not just from MOT, you know, being an owner operator, owning his own company, owning his own trucks, his business, from plumbers to carpenters. We talk about it
Yep.
all the time, electricians. And after the
Yeah,
same
me
time,
too.
I sit back, I know, like yourself, I'm sitting here thinking to myself, I mean, we going way back. I remember there was a time in the manosphere when we were talking about, and a shout out to Information Man, he might be out there somewhere, certain ones. I'm not going on the B1 tip or pro-black tip. As far as like careers, jobs, being inventors. Remember that back then it was
Skill.
debate about different
Skill.
inventors back in the
Yep.
back days and all our ancestors and what they did in the pyramids. I would hear this all the time, and then I would bring it back to now and ask myself, well, where is that? I mean, where's that conversation, that discussion? Do you notice we don't even hear about it? It's more the effery more than anything. It's more the easy money. These cats ain't thinking about how
It's the rhetoric, bro. Bro, it's the rhetoric.
They the owners, and they thinking about being like, yo, look at these guys, these what is it? These ones that work on ACs and you know what it's
Yeah, it's right.
any type of thing like that, to where it's refrigeration, any type of using your hands, technical thing. We don't even get deep into that, and at the same time, we're on the bottom end. And I laugh at it where it's like, okay, I guess that's what it's about. Not saying what on MOT's channel or his page. It's more of the effery that stands out. That's gonna stand above. But it's almost like we're fighting against that. You know, at times you could take a part of that, but it's like, yo, you really don't want that. If anything that pops up with like something MOT wants to do or is doing CDL or anything like that, do you know it's like a deaf ear? It's a deaf ear as if like, what you talking about, Willis? It's like nobody want to hear that. I'm thinking to myself, but these black men know we know they need it. We know they need it, especially ones that aren't in jail and aren't caught up.
Yeah.
Not the ones that's getting out from the bottom, but the ones that haven't even thought about going to jail, and even on a radar, and are out here struggling, knowing, like you said, that could make all this money, but at the same time, that's not really being pushed. But the other stuff is being pushed, and that's when you know who you're dealing with. When you got the cats that you see, where it's like, yeah, I see it. I see it firsthand what we going up against and what we got to deal with, and it's sad, man. You don't let it. It takes a lot of your strength.
You know what though, bro? You know what? This is something that pretty much in every major city, black people have seen the normalization of this dysfunction. Meaning we normalize all this black nigga shit when we really can be different. And that's the problem, bro. It's not about, come on, like I've been on panels where, you know, we talk about a bunch of shit, but I'm really more involved in the panels where they got information, shit about jobs, shit about politics, shit about laws. I like that type of shit. Why? Because you learn something. That's why. You see, but not when you're getting crowded. But see, I'm starting to notice this too. Pay attention to the women that be in the chats because they encouraging this behavior. That's why these niggas acting like that. And pretty much the Black Manifest was right about black women. Hell yeah, they do love dysfunction. They do love misery and negativity because you wouldn't be in that damn chat. You wouldn't be on them panels with niggas who talking rah, rah, rah and all this crazy shit. No, let's talk about jobs, skills, politics, health, shit, community building, shit that black people can understand. Not no motherfucking game shit.
Hey, but have you peeped this out too? I'm gonna throw this at you. The ones that jump up in there, besides the chat, just on the panel, I can see if they sat back and said, you know what, this ain't even me. These are these men. These are black men trying to build, trying to do something for themselves, trying to grow, trying to expand, trying to do anything that they can do at this time, day, time, state. You know what I'm trying to say. This time, this date, time, era, whatever you want to call it. In 2020, where we trying to go? I'm getting it so confused because it's just in my mind to say, like, man, I'm just sick of this. They'll stay on the panel instead of saying, you know what, let me dismiss myself. This is not what I want to be a part of. I need to get up out of here. It wasn't supposed to be like this. This is something that's for the men, the black men that are about something.
Yeah.
They'll stick there just long enough to say, like, you or Zach, MLT, or we can get into an argument. And that's when they really get all into it. You know what I mean? They stick around with it as if like, what we're here for. And it's like, I know you waiting for it. That's why at times if we so happen to get into it, it's like, no, let me chill for a minute because I know what this is for. I know who's behind the scenes looking at this, and I know what they want. And I don't want to give it to them. And at times we'll have our little spats, but when it
Yeah,
This is really what they want. They don't want to see us four. If it was six of us,
exactly.
they
But guess what though?
Nah,
But guess
you
what?
down
Full circle.
they don't want
But
this,
guess
man.
what? Yeah, but guess what? Full circle. I've been in this space since 2017. These brothers told you about that behavior, what to look for. That's why I'm in this space. So they was right on what they think. A lot of these women want to hear you men have a dick measuring contest on these panels. They would never say it, but of course they do, which lets me know that y'all was right about what you thought about black women. They embrace this dysfunction. Not all of them, but most of them, because a lot of these women in this space know goddamn well all the shit these black men know, all the shit that we talk about. They should get the fuck out the way and support and be quiet, but they don't. And it pretty much caused division. And because of that, when I'm on panels, a lot of these women hop off. They call me aggressive. They call me disrespectful, toxic, but that's okay because at the end of the day, I understand that you people are brainwashed. You're gonna do anything, but to the black man who want to do something different, he have a chance. That's why I be shooting that game shit down, that hollering at women, dating coach shit. Fuck that. Black men don't need that right now. Period. I don't give a fuck what they say. We don't need that. We need some brothers to give out that information to get these young brothers from 18 to 25 on up. Let them get a trade. Let them be a truck driver. Let them go to college. Let them go to the military. That's what we need, bro. But it's too many of them at this point. You see what I mean?
But if you notice, it's like putting the cart before the horse. Like with the whole, dating coach thing. It's like get yourself up, get your work on you, focus on you. Like how you got to stay focused. Focus on you first. Remember that was the saying, like work on you, and then everything else will fall in place. Or the whole
Yeah.
maybe they try to knock it, build it, and they'll come. Build yourself and they'll come. But like MST says, but what are you trying to bring them? Once you get up there, once you get yourself together, what you gonna still go after the same low type trash? You know what I mean? Like, come on,
Yep.
man.
Yep.
You put
Yeah.
yourself up just to be brought right back down again. You gonna put in all that work just for something to put a mark. You're gonna be that mark for that one, and you're gonna lose everything. Where it's like, man, dude, what are we teaching and acting like we really care for one another? When stay focused, we really effing don't, dude. We
It's
don't.
not
If you
all of us. I'm gonna tell you
doing that,
for a second. It's not all of us, bro. Some
not
of
all of
us
us.
are decent black men, bro. Some of us.
Of course, but I'm saying what's being taught out there with
Yeah.
the whole
Yep.
dating thing,
Yeah.
where it's like,
Yeah.
man, I get it, but shouldn't we be focused a lot, much more stronger on that? You have other ones where it's like, yo, I get it, but we're gonna be working on this. We so super focused on this. I mean, other ones, other cultures, focus on this. We really need to turn this around. We have to turn this around. And like you said, it's not all of us, but it's there's a
Not
good
all of
portion
us.
that are really trying, that are
It's
really
too many
trying
of
to.
them. It's too many of them, like I said. So we're
Yeah,
gonna
it's
have
too
to
many.
push back stronger and disagree more. And that requires brothers like us telling these ignorant niggas who talk street and gang bang shit. We can just tell them, hold on, whoa. This space ain't about that. This is about black male empowerment. These black men need to
Right.
hear this information. Why? Because it's the internet, nigga. It's easier to get the information out.
yeah, no doubt. Hey, yeah, man. Well, let me get ready to get up out of here, man. You got any last words? Man, question to Prince. You got any last words before we get up out of here? Wow, I think
He's
got
still
super
there. Did he
quiet.
fall asleep? Or he chilling?
Probably. Full circle. You got any last words before we get up out of here, man?
Yeah, man. Just keep it coming. Loving the cartoons that you putting out there, the cartoons, and I get your point. Just don't stop, man. It's gonna be a hell of a struggle. It's a hell of a fight as it is. And I just came out of nowhere, MOT, and just caught the last tail end. I'll rewind and do the preview, but I'm just after a while. I'm not gonna give up. I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna stay focused, as you have. Stay focused. I'm gonna keep with my purpose. And I'm gonna keep fighting on my end. But for the effery, man, I'm done with that. We got still more work. We still got work to do. But once again, thanks MOT for having me at the last minute.
All right,
Thanks.
cool. No problem, man. All right, thanks for coming through. Any last words, Zach, before we get up out of here?
Yeah, man. Good stream, MOT, man. I appreciate you having me on, man. Just keep doing what you're doing, man. We're gonna push back. We're gonna wake these young brothers up. It's gonna work. It's gonna take a little bit more of a push, but it's gonna work, man. Appreciate you for having me on. I'll catch you whenever you already know whenever you go live, I'm gonna pop up, brother. So Appreciate it, brother.
All right,
Appreciate
cool,
Full Circle. Shout out to you brothers on the panel.
Yep, salute, brother. Yep.
All right, cool. Well, shout out to all the guests who came on today. This is about pretending you got game. No compensation. These women don't need you to. These women don't need a PR firm. They're already successful without the PR firm. So what they want to do is take the women's power in the environment and try to somehow co-opt it and make it theirs. So fucking stupid. And it is irrational and it's unreasonable and it's not masculine behavior to even be acting like that within this actual environment. So I want to thank everybody for coming through. Subscribe to the channel if you're just sitting here watching for the first time. Thanks for the Cash App, D-Rock Ben and Roastmaster 1. You guys have a really nice night, man. Stay up out there. Be safe.
All right,
Yes,
you too,
sir.
Mochi.
Be blessed, brother.
All right, you too.
All right,
Stay
later,
focused.
man.
Peace out. All right,
All
y'all.
right.
Peace.